4.5 billion years, planet Earth has developed to where we are now. One tiny cell evolved into every single one of the life forms we can find on this planet. 8.7 million species of animals, plants, fungi, and other microorganisms inhabit the world today. They form a vast network providing the basic essentials of life: food, clean water, and the air we breathe. But ecosystems, species, wild populations, and local varieties and breeds of domesticated plants and animals are shrinking, deteriorating, and even vanishing. The essential interconnected web of life on Earth is becoming smaller and increasingly frayed. 1 million species are at risk of extinction, and it all leads back to just one factor: us. Human activities are behind nature's rapid decline. The main human-induced drivers of this change are direct exploitation, climate change, pollution, invasive species, and most importantly, habitat loss. The global human population is increasing rapidly, and as it does, we're constantly encroaching on the natural world and animal habitats. Continuous urbanization is leaving wilderness less and less space to flourish. One of the consequences of living in large urban areas is that we're cut off from the natural world, and losing that connection means losing the understanding of how planet Earth, our home, works. So we need to find ways to bring wilderness back into our consciousness.
The vast majority of people have a deep connection with nature. Our care for wildlife is inherent within us. We've had it since we were children. If you think about it, all your books, movies, clothes, all of this was about wildlife when you were a kid. Love and appreciation for wildlife is already there. We just need to figure out a way to activate it and make it relevant to our daily lives. One of the key ways of creating empathy is creating understanding. The more I understand about the life of an elephant, the more I understand about the life of a tiger, the easier it is for me to connect with them, the easier it is for me to think about them on a regular basis. And if I'm doing that, that's what really starts to change the course of the natural world.
Take the African elephant, for example. Elephants are known to be a keystone species, meaning they play a fundamental role in their environment. They're ecosystem engineers, shaping their habitat in a vitally important way. Elephants need a lot of room to roam. Habitat destruction and fragmentation not only makes it harder for them to find food and water, but also brings them into increased conflict with humans, a dangerous prospect for both. In order to protect them, conservationists in the field identify individuals in herds and collar them with tracking devices. They track elephants to analyze their location data and to learn more about the herd's movements. This allows them to study the elephant's behavior and identify their routes that are constantly changing due to an increasingly dynamic human landscape. Tigers, on the other hand, live alone and aggressively scent mark large territories to keep their rivals away. They're powerful nocturnal hunters that travel many miles to find buffalo, deer, wild pigs, and other large mammals. In order to hunt and eat, they need large patches of intact, continuous forest. Over the last decade, hunting and deforestation have reduced tiger populations from hundreds of thousands to fewer than 4,000 wild tigers worldwide. Bhutan is one of the last safe havens where Bengal tigers can roam freely. Conservation work here focuses mainly on keeping track of the exact numbers of individuals and following their movements through trackers and camera traps. Similar to tigers, pangolins are shy nocturnal animals. These scaly mammals are found across Africa and Asia, where they live in forests and dense bush or shrublands, strongly depending on intact ecosystems to provide their diet of ants and termites. Unfortunately, pangolins are the most illegally trafficked mammal in the world today. Taken out of the wild, their scales are then trafficked and sold on international markets. Pangolins are very difficult to breed in captivity, which makes it even more important for conservationists to protect them in their natural habitat. They use very similar methods to those for elephants. Tracking devices are attached to wild pangolins in order to follow their movements. Together with footage from camera traps, scientists can evaluate the data to gain a better understanding of wild populations. So how can all that data collected by scientists in the field help reconnect us with the natural world?
Science is all based on truth, but that truth is telling an incredible storyline. And so what we really want to be able to do is figure out how can we take all of this scientific data, all of this scientific research, and bring those stories to people in a way that's incredibly compelling for them. Technology has a real ability to take stories that are happening all over the world in the natural world with wildlife and bring them directly to people no matter where they are.